Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is a bonus read, Sag. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I am here to do a bonus read, Sag, and if you've never been here before, I do read for the present energy or the future energy on a bonus read. I'm not reading anything that is back there in the past. So onward and upward. Look, if you've been here before and you are my ride or die Sag, you can just go right ahead to the timestamp and get right to the reading if you're interested in knowing what this is about. I just wanted to welcome you, by the way, if you are a Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, and you've never been here before, there is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner if you decide to stay. And let's get to it. I think we're going to do a 9-card draw here for you, Sag. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius. I always only use tarot in the bonus reads. Let's find out what's going on for Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag, please. Tell me about Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius? All right, 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. You know, it does feel like you are releasing a soulmate here. It feels like I feel like there is a divine counterpart, I want to say, Sagittarius. There's a divine counterpart that I feel you've been waiting on for a while. For some of you, it's 4 months. Some of you, it's 6 months. Maybe it's 10 months for some of you. But it does feel like the 6 and the 4 of Cups, I think that you thought that this was going to end up in, you know, the ultimate happiness, right? The apex of happiness, the 6 and the 4. But I feel like the 10 of Swords is here. I want to say that something happened here, that you feel betrayed by somebody. It didn't work out. It feels like it did come to an end. And I feel like you've been waiting for this person to come back round, possibly. But I feel like you're just finally releasing it, is what it feels like. I feel like you've been maybe healing your emotions maybe for the last maybe 6 or 10 months possibly. But I feel like this is, I want to say this at this time, whether this is in the present or the future for you, it feels like you are finally releasing somebody here. It feels like somebody who kept coming back around. I think that you've released them. And I think this has already happened, honestly. I feel like you've already made the deal with yourself that I'm not going back there. We've got the 7 of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Queen of Wands. There she is. She's on her way. Yes. With the Magician energy. I now finally know what I want. When the 7 of Cups is in the reverse for me, I'm not, you know, I don't have clouded vision anymore. No more rosy colored glasses. I'm taking those off. And the 7 of Cups is telling me that it's time for me just to pick a road and go down that road. I feel like the Queen of Wands showing up at the heart of the matter is quite timely for you, right? Sag, that is your energy. And I feel like you finally have stepped into your power. You took your power back, stepped into your power, and now it's time to go. It's time for you to take that Ace of Wands and manifest whatever it is that you want in the future. I feel like there's a wand with the Emperor, or wand with the Magician, and a wand in your hand. I feel like you're preparing for the future. It's now sort of, as I said at the beginning, onward and upward. No longer are you waiting for people. It's like you've all of a sudden come into this place where you now know your worth. And maybe you knew your worth before, but I think you were hoping that something would come of whatever that thing was at the past. But I feel like you truly are now stepping into your power as the Queen of Wands, because you've been through a lot, right? Betrayal is here. The Queen of Wands is forged through fire, which means she's been through a lot of hardship. And so I feel like somebody here put you through a lot of hardship. And so, you know, everything happens for a reason, and it's a cliche that we hear all the time, but it is the absolute truth. You know, people teach us things, even if they're terrible things, right? The 10 of Swords is pain, it's betrayal, it's really hard to let that go, but it feels like this person made you the person that you are. They taught you a lesson of what you didn't want, and that I really just have to put on my big girl pants, my big boy pants, my big girl panties, and I just got to go. I just got to do my thing, because it's not served me at all waiting around for somebody who, it doesn't matter if they're a soulmate. Look, take the labels off their heads. Twin flame, soulmate, karmic, stop with the labels. It doesn't matter. Do they treat you right? Are they ghosting you? Have you not heard from them for 4 months? It does not matter. It's time for you to move forward regardless. And I feel like with the magician is telling me it's time for you to manifest your future. You've got all the tools and the resources, everything that you need to stand on your own. And so you need to make a decision to move forward here, to be in your own shoes, standing upright as the Queen of Wands, feminine or masculine. Tell me more. We've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the Six of Wands, and we've got the Two of Cups. So I feel like what you do want is you do want to have victory in romance. I feel like, the thing is that the Queen of Wands isn't without their own attention. Whether you're the feminine or the masculine, you probably take really good care of yourself, dress well, you're very good looking, like you're very appealing to the eye. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here. We've got Leo energy here. I feel like you get a lot of attention. I feel like you were holding yourself back from all of these options. Even though you were getting a lot of attention, you were holding yourself back because possibly either you were still nursing wounds from being betrayed by somebody here, but it also feels like rather than deal with the attention, I feel like you were still dealing with releasing something. So because this is past energy here, I'm not going to clarify that. It feels like you've already made your decision to move forward and manifest the future. But it feels like here, this Knight of Cups here, it tells me is I'm ready. I'm ready to show someone a little bit of emotional energy, maybe some romantic energy. Maybe I want to flirt a little bit. And it feels like you do get a lot of attention. You are going to get the opportunity to exchange a cup with somebody if that's what you want. I think you are manifesting love. I feel like you're done waiting. I want to say you're done waiting. It's time for you to go out and get what you want here. Tell me why the Seven of Cups is here, please. Tell me why the Seven of Cups is here. We do have the Page of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I like it. And the Page of Cups. Great. So look, I feel like you've learned your lesson. The Page of Swords is the student, right? All the pages are, but the Page of Swords is the one who is, intellectual, curious. This one is like really taking the lessons to heart, right? It feels like the Page of Swords is here because you have, you've really looked it over. You've sort of, I want to say we're really curious. You've looked it over, and I feel like you've decided it's time to take a shot at something new here. The Eight of Wands is telling me that there is possibly some forward movement here that you're creating. I always picture the Queen of Wands as somebody who's sort of at the center of like a whirlwind because she has all this energy she's kicking up, right? And so I feel like you're ready to take a shot at something new, but this time it's going to be something that's really grounded. So we're going to start in Pentacles, right? The Page of Pentacles is, I'm not using the apps anymore. To me, the Page of Pentacles is not the apps. The Page of Pentacles is I'm going out there and I'm going to get myself on a ball team or in a social group or a meetup group or something like that. I'm going to meet somebody face to face. No more of the shenanigans that we were going on with in the past. So I feel like you're ready to push forward, or you're taking a shot at possibly after having learned a lesson, you've made your decision that it is time for you to find a new connection, possibly. The Page of Pentacles is, it's got to start slow. You're not interested in anything beginning quickly. You just want to get to the stage where maybe I can meet someone and get face to face with someone. Tell me about the Queen of Wands, please. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. So the thing is when you get really serious about dating, you're not just on the app swiping and swiping and swiping. That's not where you're going to find the serious person. You are serious about it. You're serious about building a legacy or building a really long-term, stable companionship, right? So I feel like you're not in a hurry. And I feel like the Page of Pentacles is telling me that. It's telling me it's got to start in Pentacles. Maybe I want to know you for a year as a friend first before we even move to a dating stage. It feels like you're serious about it and you're not interested in just giving just anybody your attention. Not just anybody deserves the Queen of Wands. You've worked a really long time. We've worked really hard and been hurt a lot. And you sit on the throne in spite of it all, right? We do have the Page of Wands here. Why do we have the Page of Wands? Got all three pages out here. We've got the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, The universe is like, yeah, well, first you need to take some action to get out of hermit mode. First, you need to stop sitting around at home. You need to get out and be social face-to-face. Meet people face-to-face. Like I said, stop swiping. It's just not fun. You're not finding anyone of substance there. That's not where you're going to find your long-term connection. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. I do know a couple of people who have met people that way, and so far, so good, right? They haven't been married for 35 years, but, so far, so good. I mean, it's not impossible to, I feel like for you, though, I feel like you're not supposed to meet somebody on the apps. I feel like it's, because you're beautiful to look at, whether you're feminine or masculine, people are automatically going to swipe right on you because you look good, but that doesn't mean that they're people of substance. So I feel like you are someone who has a lot of wisdom, and I feel like you spend a lot of time by yourself. And so I think that the universe with the Page of Wands is saying, look, you have to have the excitement or the energy or the want to get out of hermit mode, to get out of this hermit energy, if you really do want to see your manifestation come in. Tell me what the manifestation is with the Magician. Got the Ace of Wands. So you're looking for ultimate passion, someone who can't keep their hands off you, someone who is really just sort of enamored with you, right? We've got the Hierophant. You want someone who realizes that they do have a conscience, a subconscious, that they do have a higher self, that there is some sort of a deity, or that they're spiritual, somebody who is on the right path, who does the right thing, someone who's a humanitarian, someone who is very stable, sturdy, knows the way. You want a leader is what you're looking for. This is Taurus energy, right? So maybe you're interested in dating someone who is of an earth energy, someone who's confident, someone who really is into taking care of themselves on the outside, on the inside, just like you do. Like, this is somebody who's beautiful, right? So if you're somebody who's healthy and dresses well and takes care of yourself, your mental health is good, your physical health is good, you want someone like that as well. Someone who is possibly an entrepreneur, someone who is single. You don't want someone who's in a relationship or popping from relationship to relationship. But I think that your criteria is the person has to be confident. They got to be confident in who they are, what they look like, the money that they make. This person has to be sturdy and stable and moving slow. So I feel like you're looking for somebody who is looking for a long-term thing, not somebody who's swiping left and right. Tell me about the Knight of Cups, please, for Sag. We do have the Devil in reverse, we have the Strength card, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like the universe is saying to you, well, you just kind of need to let go and let God. I think you just need to release this holding back energy that you have. I think the Strength card is telling me that you do hold back sometimes, that you do present as very courageous and very strong and moving slowly. But I feel like it feels like you need to sort of release some of that energy. I'm not saying it's not good to hold back and move slow and all of that stuff, be very practical and, analytical and all of that. It's all great, but I feel like it's really holding you back. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't really care how long it takes them to get to their destination. They just want to get there with all the information that they have. But I think that the Devil in reverse is telling me, first you have to release your doubts and fears, because I think that's the reason why the Knight of Pentacles and the Strength card are here, because you're holding yourself back from romance, because you're scared that that maybe you have doubts, fears. You need to release those doubts and fears before you're going to be able to move forward and find somebody if that's what you're looking for. Tell me about the Six of Wands, because I feel like you're going to get a lot of opportunities. I feel like everybody's going to see you walk in the room. I feel like you're very charismatic, excitable, fun, right? That's Sagittarius energy. You don't take Sag to the party. Sag is the party, right? And I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention. We've got Judgment, we've got the Four of Pentacles, and we've got the Moon energy. So it does feel like with this Judgment energy, I feel like you really just want to let something lie. Like, I feel like you really do want to change and you want to take a different trajectory, but I feel like you're scared. I feel like it's hard for you to be vulnerable, Sag. It's okay when you're laughing and giggling and having fun and entertaining everybody around you, but I think when it comes down to the serious stuff, when it comes down to, the Moon energy, getting deep, looking deep, I feel like that's what makes you nervous. I feel like that's where the Four Four of Pentacles is for you. It's like the Four of Pentacles is like I've put up boundaries between me and my emotional energy. So the Moon energy is like, I don't really know what's going to happen. Things aren't as they seem. I can't really see things, and therefore I put up my boundaries. And I want to change that, though. I think that you do, but I think that you feel very brave, I want to say, because the Queen of Wands is brave, very brave when you go into a group of people and you get all this attention and all of that. But then all of a sudden the Four of Pentacles and the Moon appear, and you're like, nope, you can't get that deep with me. Like, it feels like you're holding back a little bit here. The only way that you are going to be able to have the Two of Cups, though, is if you get that Four of Pentacles in the reverse, being a little bit more open and vulnerable with people. Tell me about the Two of Cups, please. We've got the Ten of Wands, we've got the Eight of Cups, and we've got the Tower. So the universe says, look, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it for you. But, I mean, do you want to be forced into it, or are you just going to do it yourself? Because I feel like you can walk away from the boundary. I mean, it's your choice. You can walk away from the boundary because it's time for you to release something. We got the full moon over the head, right? And no more settling for, pushed over cups. No more of that stuff. We've got the 8 cups here. It feels like it's time for you to get out of a comfort zone, but it's also time for you to stop settling with being in the comfort zone. We do have the 10 of Wands here. We can see that the way that the wands are here. I like to look at the 2 wands. 2 wands are ready to hit the ground. That tells me that you're ready to take action at the crossroads here. We've got the Ace of Wands, which is pointing up, and then we have 7 wands, which is moving forward. So I feel like you are still a little bit defensive, but you do want this Ace of Wands. The 2 of Wands is here telling me that when those 2 wands hit the ground, you will hit the ground running. But it feels like you have to release these burdens. The burdens of the 8 of Cups, right? The burden of the 8 of Cups is, what if they walk away from me? What if it doesn't work out? And then we have the Tower, and the Tower says, well, there is a shift, there is a change coming. So I feel like first you're being given the chance to detach or depart from the 10 of Wands, which is the pressure that you feel, which is carrying around some sort of burden. Maybe it's a bit of trauma from last relationships. It could be that. But if you're not going to move, the universe is going to move you. So it's going to be a bit of a shit show if the universe gets involved, right? It's because the universe always wants you to be on your right path, right? You wrote the book and you're like, okay, keep me on the path no matter what happens. And then the Tower shows up because if you are going to complete your life lessons here, you've got to get out. If you really do want to meet somebody and have some sort of a legacy built, then you're really going to have to get out of this safe zone that you've built here. We've got the 6 of Swords. It's time for you to get out of the chaotic mindset of somebody's always going to hurt me. Because, yeah, maybe someone will hurt you, but do you have an exit plan? What is your exit plan? Are you going to be okay? What are you going to do if they decide to walk away? It's never about them. It's always about you, right? So we have the 2 of Wands, which I was talking about right here, right? The 2 of Wands is ready to hit the ground running right there. So it does feel like this being in the future, that's what's happening here. That the universe is giving you a chance to make the decision to get out of your comfort zone and get some movement here. But if you don't, I feel like the Tower shows up. And then first you've got to heal from the Tower before you can move forward, but it's going to move you forward nonetheless. So it's inevitable, my friend. You can get up and do it, or the universe is going to force you out of the nest by putting their foot on your butt. I'm going to go for now. Thanks, Sag, for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back. I'm always back. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday for the sneak peek. Bye-bye.